Hello and welcome back. Today we'll talk about the idea of superintelligence. This is a discussion inspired and mostly based on Stuart Russell's book, Human Compatible. We'll just talk about some highlights from what this idea is about and whether or not we are on the path to superintelligence. So, to begin with, let's just clarify that currently we do not have superintelligence. We do not have any systems that exceed the intelligence of the human species. But you may have seen that some AI systems sometimes, on some tasks, have narrow superintelligent capabilities. For example, you may see an AI model being able to write an essay within a few seconds, which is something that most humans cannot do. And given a series of theoretical arguments and also some practical empirical observations, there are many good reasons to think that superintelligence is in principle possible, and even that it could happen in the near future. So that brings us to the question, are we on the path to superintelligence? And what would that even mean exactly? So we'll try to unpack this question as quickly as possible here. What that could mean is that AI companies are right now explicitly stating that their mission, their project is to create systems that exceed human intelligence. These companies, for example, are OpenAI, Anthropic, Google DeepMind. So this is the first more straightforward observation. There are AI labs, there are people that are working on this project explicitly, straightforwardly. The second interpretation is this technological inevitability hypothesis, which says that if a technology is in principle possible to be created, if it can be created, it will be created eventually. We may not know when, we may not know by whom, but it will be created. And a follow-up argument on this is that if it is going to be created, we might as well be the ones to create it, depending on who we is in each case, but this is a way that you may hear it formulated. And a third way to go about this is that we have systems that are quite impressive right now and have a lot of applications. These are the large language models. And so it might be reasonable to speculate that more powerful systems will be coming soon. And this is known as the scaling hypothesis. Maybe LLMs will scale into very powerful systems, or maybe another architecture will appear soon and that will become superintelligence. Either way, we should expect some kind of technological advancement coming soon, exactly because AI has been doing very well and it has been a very impressive technology so far. But that probably makes you wonder, okay, and what would superintelligence look like at all? How could we even think about it? Again, reminding you, we do not have superintelligence, and it's by definition something that we would be very uncertain about. It is by definition something that is beyond our ability, beyond our intelligence. And so it's very important to keep this uncertainty as part of the discourse. We are very uncertain about it. We should be clear that this uncertainty exists, and we should probably find ways to more constructively factor in that uncertainty rather than just saying, oh, okay, we don't know. What do we do when we do not know? We should be able to quantify the risks that arise out of the uncertainties we have. And as you'll see, there is a direction that tries to do that. So while we are very uncertain, we do have some ideas about what could happen. And we think that it's very likely that we won't be able to turn it off and we won't be able to contain it. Exactly because it's super intelligent, it is way smarter than us. And the other aspect of this problematic, perhaps, future is that we have no way of guaranteeing that it will by default want the same things that humans want. And this is the alignment problem that you have heard about before. There's no way to be certain that we'll enter a future where AI systems are super intelligent and also are exactly aligned with human preferences. And in some cases, you might want to ask as well, what does that even mean? What is what humans want? So you may have more question marks there. And as a response, exactly because of all these uncertainties and question marks, from a philosophical perspective and an AI safety perspective, how could we think about it in a more insightful, perhaps, way is do not make superintelligence a project that should be completed as soon as possible. It's not about making it happen fast. It's about solving all these key problems that AI safety poses. And again, that we are so uncertain about. We do not claim that there are straightforward answers. The suggestion is here is a problem, here is a project some AI companies are working on. It would be great if this happens in a way that is beneficial for society at large. Unfortunately, we might not even know what that means. There's a lot to unpack there. But we should try to decompose the problem and try to solve the AI safety puzzles first. And with that, I leave this open-ended, and I highly recommend that you go to Human Compatible and you read the chapters on the not so great AI debate, and you'll see more analytically what some potential pathways to making AI beneficial for everyone could look like.